What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content today, y'all. And the Chicago Bulls get their third straight win on the season. Matas Buzelis leads the team in scoring for the second straight game. Coby White's fourth quarter was really good outside the missed free throws. It wasn't perfect because of the missed free throws. The missed free throws definitely stopped that from being the game that it could have been for Coby in the fourth quarter of this game. But overall, once again, the Bulls do it through the power of a total team effort. 9 players scored in double figures for the Chicago Bulls in this game, and this is how the Bulls were playing early in the season. Now they have even more weaponry, though, right? I would assume I only played 17 minutes but had 13 points in this game for the Chicago Bulls. And, you know, that just goes to highlight how this team is spreading everything out. Of course, there are players that could get way higher numbers on this team in other situations, but because this team is doing it just like that as a team, you're seeing this type of effort. The Bulls put up 152 points. They put up 83 points in the first half of this game, and oh man, this was a fun game to watch. It was, and the Bulls had 2 different 10-point leads in this game. They lost those leads down the stretch of this game. It came down to free throws. Coby White missed a key free throw down the stretch of this game that could have avoided it being this tight. But hey, when it's all said and done, the Bulls get the victory. Much like the Chicago Bears, it's not the prettiest win, it's not the most flawless win, but it's a win nonetheless. The Bulls now move into 2 games below 500. They sit at 13-15 now on the season. And this has been a year for the Chicago Bulls that's been so up and down for Bulls fans. But once again, the Bulls play with the energy that's needed. They do it throughout the majority of this game. And they're just playing tight, man. 3 games in a row. And Matas has been a factor in each one of those games. And as Matas kind of took a little bit of a step down there, he's starting to come back up for the Chicago Bulls, which is really good to see for this Bulls team. But overall, let's talk about the numbers. We'll get into that. We'll talk about the nitty-gritty of the game. Matas Buzelis leads the Bulls in scoring today with 28 points. He's 10 of 11 from the field, 7 of 8 from three-point range, only 1 of 2 from free throw line. He missed a key free throw down the stretch of this game as well. I know a lot of people are going to make something about Matas only having 3 rebounds. I get it. The Matas deniers, there goes their thing with that one. 1 steal for Matas Buzelis and 2 blocks. Matas comes away with this game with no turnovers at all and only missed 1 shot. You love to see that from Matas Buzelis. This is the type of game that Matas Buzelis can have when the shot's falling. When the shot's not falling, it's a game like the other night. Get to the rim, cut to the basket, those type of things. When people say that Matas Buzelis didn't have the potential, this is what we talked about. Matas has the potential to do this a lot more than what he does. And he's going to be inconsistent while he's young. He's 21 years old, but he continues to show how he can be an impact for this Bulls team and how, if he continues to grow in the way that he has been, Matas is going to have a big career here for the Chicago Bulls. We just got to see where and how he's going to be consistent for this team. But Matas leads this team in scoring for the second straight game. Got to love to see that from Matas Buzelis. Next leader was Coby White. Coby White scores 21 points. He gets 6 of 13 from the field. Not a wildly inconsistent night. He started off the game a lot worse with that. But how did Coby White start finding his rhythm? Getting to the free throw line. Now, he was only 6 of 10 from the free throw line, but as he started getting to the free throw line more in this game, if I'm not mistaken, he started waking up more towards the third quarter. You just started, then his 3 ball started falling. In the first half of this game, for example, Coby White had 10 points. He was 3 of 8 from the field, 2 of 5 from the 3-point line, and 2 of 2 from free throw range. That third quarter is where things started turning a little bit for Coby White. So, you know, good to see that from Coby. Coby had a big fourth quarter in this game. Gotta love that. Coby White has been a little up and down. His 3 ball is still not consistent on the year. He was 3 of 7 from 3, but he also chipped in 5 assists and 2 rebounds in this game as well. Next up was Josh Giddey, almost a triple-double. He was 1 rebound shy of a triple-double today, so no Vegemite today, but 19 points, 12 assists, 9 rebounds. He only had 1 turnover today. Turnovers has been one of Josh Giddey's Achilles heel. Only 1 turnover for Josh Giddey today with 2 steals to go along with that. And you got to love to see that from Josh Giddey. Isaac Okoro with 14 points. We've talked about it. Isaac Okoro, now that Coby White is getting more gravity from the defense, he's been playing a lot better offensively. Defense is about still the same. He's made the same impact on defense more times than not, but you're starting to see him have that ability to impact the offensive side of the ball a little bit more with how he's playing. Gotta love to see that. 14 points, 2 steals, 1 block, 1 assist from Isaac Okoro in only 19 minutes. Didn't even play 20 minutes on today, so good to see that from Isaac. And then lastly, Nikola Vucevic, 13 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 3 steals from Vuce, and only 1 turnover. Vuce has played a lot better here lately. He was 5 of 12 from the field. Not the game that he had last game where he had 24 points, but nonetheless, you still get to see a good game from Nikola Vucevic overall. There were some defensive lapses. He had a great dunk in this game that I suggest everybody go and see a highlight reel dunk absolutely in this game. And, hey, the Bulls now are 2 games below 500 with still 4 more games left to play, if I'm not mistaken, in the month of December. We're going to see what they do with it. We'll see what they do with it. And then off the bench, 10 points for Zach Collins with 7 rebounds, 16 points from Kevin Huerter. He was 6 of 9 from the field. Kevin Huerter also found his three-point range today, 4 of 7 from the three-point line with 5 assists also. You got Trey Jones with 11 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds in this game from him. And then Ayo Dosunmu, still on a minutes restriction, 13 points, 6 of 10 from the field. There were times where Ayo was just getting out, leaking out after a good defensive stop and getting out in transition, and the Atlanta Hawks couldn't catch up with him. You love to see that from him. But overall, man, the Bulls play a really solid game today, and you love to see that from the Chicago Bulls. This team scored 66 points in the paint compared to 50 for the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks did get 20 second chance points, but the Bulls kept it close with 15 themselves. 26 fast break points to the Bulls. They won that battle by 4. 57 bench points today for the Bulls. That bench unit, that was such a key for this Bulls team early in the season, has gotten its groove back as well with the health being there again. 17 points off turnovers for the Bulls, 21 personal fouls, but overall, hey, the Bulls come out of this game, man, and they played really good in this game. 11 turnovers. They also have 41 assists on 53 made baskets. The Bulls shot 58% as a team and 48% from 3, 67% from free throw range as a team. They missed 13 free throws today. That if the Bulls would have lost today, the free throws would have been the name of the game. You cannot miss 13 free throws. You're talking about even if the Bulls get 50% of those free throws, this game is almost a double-digit win. A double-digit win for the Chicago Bulls almost if you just make your free throws. You cannot keep missing the free throws. If I'm Billy Donovan, we are working on free throws for an hour because there is no reason this team should be missing the free throws that they did. And it's the players that should have been hitting their free throws. Coby missed 4 free throws. Matas missed that 1. You had 1 miss from Jalen, 2 from Zach Collins that was missed. Kevin Huerter was 0-1 from the free throw line. The only player that made all their free throws was Trey Jones. He was 7 of 7. Josh Giddey missed 3 of them. You got to get those free throws. You cannot miss free throws at that rate because eventually that's going to come back to bite you in your ass. The free throws were horrible today, but everything else, it wasn't perfect, but this was a game that felt like how the Chicago Bulls were playing early in the season. They found a way to win. They played as a team. They attacked from all areas of the basket. We were moving without the ball consistently. We let defense turn into offense. The Bulls had 9 steals in this game. They let defense turn into offense. That's how this team could win basketball games. That's how this team could be successful. And as long as they keep doing that, man, that is going to be how this team can carve out some wins for themselves. How many? It remains to be seen on how consistent they can do this. But if the Bulls want to win games, this is how they're going to have to do it. The depth, the execution, the efficiency. That's how they're going to have to do it if they want to win basketball games. And stop missing the fucking free throws. Stop missing the goddamn free throws, man. But 3 wins in a row for the Chicago Bulls, man. And so now we come out of this weekend. The Bulls won the week. Won the week. You got to love to see that, man. This is what you wanted to see from the Chicago Bulls team, man. And them just executing this in this manner in the way that they did. Now we got one more game against the Atlanta Hawks. That's coming up on Tuesday. But, hey, for what it's worth, the Bulls are now on a 3-game winning streak. And these last 3 games, and they won 4 out of their last 5. So, maybe there's going to start being something a little there for the Chicago Bulls. We shall see if that's the case. But like I've been saying, they're going to have to prove it if they're going to want me personally to believe in it. That's just my personal take on it. As I check, Pittsburgh's up 12 to 10 over the Detroit Lions right now. Love to see that. But this team is going to have to just keep chugging away, carving out, playing tough as a team, smart defense, smart rotations. Billy Donovan going to the double big lineup a lot today, as we've seen in the last few games. And this seems to be Billy Donovan's new favorite weapon is the double big lineup. And, hey, listen, if Billy Donovan watched Chicago Bulls Central, he would have known to use the double big lineup about 2 years ago. We've been talking about the efficiency of the double big probably about more like a year and a half ago because the Drummond-Vooch minutes weren't good together. But we've been talking about that. And this was a game of runs again for the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls get out to early lead in this game. They have a 21-10 lead early. They end up finishing, the first half tied 38-38. And then the Bulls come out in the second quarter and play pretty well, man. So, everything is not going to always go your way. You're not going to win every game that you should win. You're not going to lose every game you should lose based off how you played within that game. But the way that the Bulls have been playing with effort right now, they're going to win a lot of those games. And that is what you like to see about the Chicago Bulls team. And let's see how much they can keep this going, man. Rob says, yeah, Io would have kept out there the final few minutes. Yeah, he's on a minutes restriction, but I do think, it is what it is there. They just can't make it simple for us last minute, can they? LOL, always got to be a cardiac moment. Luckily, Trae Young was a dumbass, and I would make some of the players practice their free throw. Absolutely. Absolutely putting them at the free throw line. Vooch poster dunk was the highlight. That was definitely a highlight for sure. Overall, what a great weekend for Chicago sports. Great weekend. Matas was so – yeah, I mean, listen. The only shot that he missed was a three-pointer. It's hard to be more – the only thing he could have been is 100% from the field. That's the only way he could have been more efficient today is 100% from the field. And you don't necessarily expect that, right? Hopefully we can beat the Hawks again, but more convincingly, but all good. I'll take any win I can get from this team. Exactly. I don't care about the how, if we can win convincingly. Like this team and how bad they played, it is what it is. Coby got to let the selfish ways go. So he looked teammates off twice down the stretch so he can shoot closing free throws instead of running the clock down. He looked players off because that was the play. Like, that was the play. That's not selfish. You could tell that was the play. And he wasn't waving players off. He was clearing out like the play was designed for. Y'all got to stop with this preconceived notion with Coby. That was literally the play. I'll take the win when Trae is shooting 7 from 8 threes. Listen, Trae Young today had a very efficient day. There was a point in this game where me and Pat were on the live call, and he was like, hey, They haven't had Trae hadn't had a good game, had he? I was like, wait a second, he got 21 points on like 11 shots. It was crazy. Like Trae is what it is. Matas needed that 3-ball to fly today. He was off from 3 last few weeks. This is a great shooting game from him. Oh yeah, amazing shooting game from him for sure. Io Coby per 36. Per 36 is not a good stat to use if you're going to talk about a player's over a player. Like most hoop talkers know, per 36 is a trash stat to use. Don't use per. Now, I'm not saying that Io doesn't kill him in any way, but don't use per 36. Look at the net rating, right? Look at offensive rating, defensive rating. Look at on-off numbers. Don't look at per 36 if you're going to want to make a conversation over how a player impacts the game. That's not how that works. Vooch dunk was sick. Turn back the clock. Listen, somebody must have told Vooch, motherfucker, we will trade for you if you stop playing like absolute ass. Either that or AK was like, hey, listen, hey, motherfucker, if you keep playing like ass, we're going to have to re-sign you, right? And Vooch was like, what? Yeah, we're going to have to re-sign you if you keep playing like ass. Oh, no. Get me the fuck up out of here. At least 3 times the Bulls take a on-the-break quick 3, leading to a miss and long rebound and a fast break for ATL, leading to at least 9 points off threes. They got to stop doing that. I mean, I get you, and I've been saying the same thing. Early in the shot clock threes are so stupid to me. They literally make no entire sense to me to take early in the shot clock threes, how often we do it and how inefficient. Now, I will say this. In a game like this where you're feeling it and you're shooting 48% from 3, guess what? Players are going to try – they're going to take their heat check moments. It kind of just comes with the territory. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying you got to realize teams are going to – almost any team's going to do that when they're shooting 48% from 3. Dan Reyes says, this is a much different team with Okoro delivering on the court. Makes you wonder that him, Collins, Matas, and other players were missing last week's. Bulls are capable of much more with this team. I mean, you got to remember the Bulls were injured. Like, the Bulls have only been now fully healthy for 2 games. And so – I said this on the show the other day. When you don't have a star player the individual keys, the individual cogs in the machine matter that much more, right? And so, when you don't have a star, when teams that do have a star, sometimes when that star sits down, you'll see players that, they'll play crazy out their role. With the Bulls not having a star player, everything kind of is meant to fit together, right? It's kind of meant to fit together. And once you start removing some of that, it becomes like Jenga. It can completely collapse. It can stand straight for a little while, but eventually it completely collapse. And I think that's what this team was suffering from. But now that they're fully back, that effort seems to be back, the execution seems to be back, and they seem to really be playing pretty well. Bulls now hotter than the Heat, Hawks, Cavs, Bucks, and even for – I have no idea what you were trying to say at the end there, bro. Chicago sports is back, LOL, led by Caleb Williams, Coby White. That's funny. 3-game streak. Let's go. Hey, listen, let's keep it going. Let's win again. Let's do it again. We're not done yet. Let's get another dub. NBA teams know Chicago Bulls have been struggling on free throws, so the Bulls have to get together. They have to. We're shooting 79% on the season. That's going to drop after today. But coming into this game, we're shooting 79% from three as a team. That's unacceptable. You can't do that. That was completely unacceptable. You can't do that. Exactly, Haize. If only Billy listened to this pod, bro. Like, it's just like double bigs, man. Like, come on. Let's get that double big lineup in there. Okoro might be one of our leaders on the court with that physicality he brings. Feel like every game he played, we show real fight at the and momentum. I won't say every game, but he does. Even when he got that block, he was trying to draw the charge. It sets a little bit of a tone, not only for you but for the other team to know, hey, we're not just finna get in the paint easy in here, right? Hayes, understand Iowa was on a minutes restriction, but Kevin Huerter, that's not how you spell that name, and Collins should have been out there in the closing game due to rebounding and free throws. I don't feel like we got out-rebounded in the closing moments, but, I feel you. I feel you. Hayes, even if the Bulls won 50 in the season, if they kept on winning only one digit like an ugly win, then they cannot pass in first round. That's not true. That's not true at all. That's just not factually true. You can't say that just because a team wins close games, that means that they can't get out the first round of the playoffs. That's just not true. Point differential is a thing, but it's not the end-all, be-all. It's how you play individually in the game. I'd say this, playing and being able to win in close games actually could make you more of a playoff team because that's how playoff games are won. So I got to disagree with you there. You have the right to your opinion, not trying to shit on it, but I got to disagree with you there. Now, I don't think this team's going to win the first round, so I'm not saying that either. I'm just saying that if a team won 50 games and they kept winning close games, that doesn't mean that they can't win a playoff series. Billy must tell Vooch if he don't play better, Collins is going to take his minutes. Collins did take his minutes for a couple of games there. He took his minutes. So I don't think he told him that. He showed him that. Giddey is a star. He's not a number one on any successful team, but he is a star. Well, here's the thing. It depends on how you view star, because some people will say that if you're not, if your team's not winning with you, you say you can't be a number one on a successful team, you're not necessarily a star. And again, I'm not necessarily saying, I'm saying that will be the argument. I'll say this, Giddey is ascending to that place. He's putting up star level impact on this team. He's putting up star level numbers for sure. I think like a star is made via how much do you lead your team to victory? And I don't mean by the stat sheet. I mean when games are close and when you actually watch the game, are they putting that team on their back? Giddey has tried to do that at moments, for sure. He's developing. He's growing. He's ascending, for sure. I just won't say he's reached that top yet. This team looks totally different. What's up, deep voice? What's up?
Anyways, can you help me fold up that clothes?
Yeah. I'm almost done with this one. I'm done with this. This is the last thing I got to do. Now, you know you got to come say hi to everybody. You came and interrupted me. Go ahead.
I am. Hi.
Y'all hear how deep his voice is now? All right, you good? Did you eat?
It wasn't a high pitch back then.
Yeah. Did you eat?
No.
Okay, what you want me to order?
Anything.
Ask your sister what she wants. You hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Even Vooch is more engaged. Absolutely, Vooch is absolutely more engaged. Playoffs are full of close games, and the Bulls winning them, they're definitely prepared for clutch moments since they've had so many. Yeah, for sure. Now they don't have the clutch rating that they had last year, but they've been in a lot of clutch games this season. Williams is unfortunately a total bust and should be grateful for his ridiculous contract. Bank the money. Okay. All right. Okay, he played 9 minutes today. You're slandering somebody who scored 4 points in 9 minutes with 4 rebounds? Come on, bro. He's a role player now. Hopefully we're not ice cold next game. Hopefully we're not. Hopefully not. How can you have a segment on the Hawk Stadium asking players what's worse, not washing your hands or flushing the toilet? Bro, that was crazy to me. Like, what's worse, not washing your hands and not flushing the toilet? Like, what? Also, during the stretch, their game a lot more quick, easy buckets after opponents made baskets or defensive rebounds. That's helping now without. What's up?
She said, I don't know.
Oh my Jesus. Okay, son. All right, I'll be done in a second. I love you. Where's the dog at? Onion. I don't think she's down here. No, not down here. No. Damn, your son voice deep as. Oh, she is. What the fuck are you doing down here? Get her. Where the hell were you? Go. Go with Alan. Get. No, I don't want you. Oh my Jesus. Here, get your dog. Bye, Onion. Oh shit. Great win, Bulls. Absolutely, absolutely. Coby was about to make me punch a wall with those free throws. Drove me crazy, bro. Like, if we would have lost this game because of free throws, man, that would have absolutely sucked. To lose a game because you can't make free throws. They're literally called free throws. If this team would have lost that game, I would have lost my ever-loving mind. I would have lost my mind, absolutely. That washing your hands versus flushing the toilet, that's not even a goddamn question. That's for them, I shower once a week types. That's for them, I let the soap run down my legs, I don't wash my leg types. That's what that's for. Because that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But hey, the Chicago Bulls have won 3 in a row after a very disappointing stretch of basketball for the Chicago Bulls, a long, bad stretch of basketball for the Bulls. And for what it's worth, this team is looking like the team that has rediscovered its identity. Now, are they going to hold on to it? That is the biggest question for this team now is, are you going to hold on to you? Can you maintain this? And if you can, cool, right? Then we can really start evaluating this team. But if you can't, and if you don't, that's where things start getting real ugly for this team. So hopefully they can keep locking in. They can keep giving this effort. They can keep playing this tight. And if they do, let's see what they can do, man. Are these 3 last games an example of how the Bulls do have talent, but we just play down to our weaker opponents' level and it backfire? Yeah, it is an example of that, right? And that's what I've been saying for a long time. And people have been wanting to argue me down in the comments and stuff like that. This team has talent. I'm not saying it has top-level talent in the NBA, but it does have talent. People that act like this Bulls team is devoid of talent and, oh, my God, the Bulls built a roster that has absolutely no talent. No, that's wrong. I'm sorry, but that's just not correct. This team does have talent. Josh Giddey is a talent. Coby White is a talent. Matas Buzelis is a talent. Ayo Dosunmu is a talent, right? They have talent on this team. And because they don't have superstar level talent, it doesn't mean that they don't have talent. It doesn't mean that they can't win basketball games. They can. They just have to do it as a team. And they have to do it through effort. They cannot afford to let off. That's why when people were so upset and selective rage when they had, oh my God, Billy Donovan said the team isn't talented enough. He said the team isn't talented enough to not give effort defensively. And guess what? They proved him the fuck right. Listen, if you're a player and you were whining in your feelings because your coach said you don't have enough talent defensively, and then you to not give effort, and then you didn't give effort, and you got your ass kicked for multiple 5+ game losing streaks, you proved him right. The only way that you can prove them wrong is go out there and play with effort. Go out there and execute. Go out there and play tough. Those type of things. That's what this team needs to do. And that's the way they're going to win basketball games. That long pass to Matas was so dangerous, not going to lie. Oh, bro, I thought that pass was going to be turned over absolutely, especially with the Atlanta Hawks and the way that they get in the passing lanes. I definitely thought that was going to be the case. Who's the leading scorer, Coby or Giddey? Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey scored. Jeremy, why do you ask questions when you have a stat sheet? Josh Giddey scored 28. 28 is more than 21. Atlanta was almost at full strength too, just Porzingis out. I thought they were missing somebody else. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm thinking because Trae Young has been out with injury. Maybe that's what I was thinking. Yeah, except for role players, they're basically, yeah, you're right. So, hey, there it goes. Cool, trade Coby for another solid white player. Yeah, no, we're gonna keep Coby, and he's gonna be on this team, and y'all gonna have to just deal with it. You Coby haters are just gonna have to deal with it. You country bumpkins and bastards and children, unloved children, you're just gonna have to deal with Coby White still being on this team. And I don't know what to tell you with that. Just gonna have to deal with it. What did you think of the Quentin's game? What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know what that is. Matas had 28, not Giddy. Who said Giddy had 28? Did I say Giddy had 28? If I did, I misspoke. Yeah, Matas Buzelis had 28 points. But all right, y'all, it's Friday. I'm going to get ready to wrap this one up early, man. Another interesting comment from Billy made after the second game versus the Cavs, I think, was that he really doesn't like when there are injuries to the guards. So Coby, Giddy, Trey, Io missing games hurts. Well, we know Billy Donovan loves his guards, right? And I do think on a team like this that they don't have a lot of self-creators, the creation that those guys can do, like, and they all do it differently. Like, Giddy is an honest shot creator, right? He creates open looks. Trey Jones is a really good passer and can thread that needle and doesn't turn the ball over. Coby and Io both create kind of off drives. Io more in transition. He's a really good transition passer and a good slasher. But when you don't have those guys, it does drastically change the look of your team. It just does. So, you know, I'm not surprised to hear that Giddy loves that, man. So, you know, we'll see what happens. I don't remember them being bad in the free throw line last season. This is a bit surprising, especially Coby. Yeah, it is bad. I said it's Sunday. Didn't I say it's Sunday? What? I'm tired, man. If you can't tell, I'm tired. All right, we're going to go ahead and get ready to wrap it up. I love you guys. Make sure you guys are following us at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail from the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related, but that is thanks to you, lovely and beautiful people. And like I like to end every episode on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See Red if you can, y'all. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.